Welcome, everybody. My name is Kenny Ginn. I'm the Digital Territory Manager with GSG, covering the Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri area. Today, we're going to talk about today's session is titled The Brilliant Prints and Easy Installation with Roland and Arlon. Another moderator with us today is Michael Binder, Regional Sales Manager with Arlon. And then presenting will be Mike Renna, going over the different colors and all the color gamut you can get on the new VG2 series from Roland, as well as Louis Kalma, who is the Technical Solutions Specialist with Arlon, going to go over weeding and masking and installation of the new SLX Plus. I will be turning off my video and just moderating the chat, so answer any questions you guys might have, along with Michael Binder, and then we'll be here at the end to answer any more questions you guys might have after the presentation is over. So from here, I will turn it over to Mike, Renna, and Louis, and enjoy.
Thank you, Kenny, for that amazing introduction. We really appreciate being here. Thank you for joining us here at ISA, along with Arlon, and thank you for GSG Graphic Solutions Group for allowing us to present on their platform. As Kenny mentioned, I'm Mike Renna with Roland DGA, and together Louis Kalma and I from Arlon will speak about brilliant prints and easy installation with the Roland VG2, the Roland TrueViz TR2 ink, and the Arlon SLX. So, with the Roland VG2 540 and TrueViz TR2 ink, you could take your graphics to a whole new superior level with an expanded color gamut and produce brilliant, vibrant prints on the Arlon SLX print-to-cut multi-surface vehicle wrap film that Louis will be showing you here in just a minute or so. So for perfectly branded displays, print-cut graphics, and more, combined with Roland VersaWorks 6, the latest version of the Roland VersaWorks RIP, you can now easily manage and control your color and print output to reproduce specific brand colors or logos for your clients and customers at a lower running cost. The Roland VersaWorks 6 color palette gives Roland users 260 different spot color options to choose from. Also added is a new color profile in Roland VersaWorks, the True Rich Color 2 profile, which expands your color gamut even more, and combined with TR2 inks, gives Roland DGA customers the potential for ultimate vibrancy combined with neutral grays, smooth gradations, and natural skin tones. When using the Roland True Rich Color 2 profile, in combination with the TR2 inks, standard Pantone colors, and other spot colors in the past that were hard to reach can now be matched with accurate, bold, and brilliant results. With the added Roland DG color system library provided with VersaWorks, you now have the access to over tens of thousands of different vibrant color options. So whether you are producing vehicle wraps or vehicle graphics, backlights, wall graphics, signs and banners, heat transfer graphics for apparel, or even die-cut labels and other applications, you can do so with ease on the Roland TrueViz VG2. Also, the Roland VG2 can be inked up with your choice of 5 different ink configurations. And those inks available are cyan, magenta, yellow, black, light cyan, light magenta, orange, green, and white. And now over to Louis with Arlon to show you the ease of use and the quality on the Arlon SLX.
All right, well, thanks so much, Mike. And hi, everyone. I'm Louis Kalma here with Arlon Graphics. I'm actually live in the Roland site as well. And make sure you double click on my video feed so you can see me on a bigger screen. So I'll let you do that for the next couple of seconds. So make sure double click on that. And it says clickwise to maximize video so you can see what I'm doing here. All right. So what I have here in the table here is basically SLX Plus that is print and cut with Roland's TrueViz VG2. And it consists of letters and numbers that are 4, 3, and 2 inches tall. So when with SLX Plus and Roland's TrueViz VG2 series printer cutters, you can ensure high quality vibrant prints like this, and you can see it right behind me as well, that are also optimized for cutting and weeding, allowing your wraps to stand out from your competition. So for my first segment here, you will see how SLX Plus performs when it comes to weeding print-to-cut graphics. So let's start with the 4-inch characters. And you can see that there's no problem at all. It weeds very well with SLX Plus. And next, I'll read the 3-inch characters. I have multiple ones here. Hope you can see that real well in the video feed I have. No problem. Let's try another one here. Still no problem. And finally, let's do for the smaller characters here, which is the 2 inches. So you want to make sure that you use your other hand here so that the rest of the film pretty much stays on the table. Another one here. I have another 2-inch letters that I can read here. Now that is impressive. Well, I won't bore you by watching me read the entire thing. I actually have one ready for you, read it and mask, and you will see it right here. And you can see how intact it is, even when rolled up, and no tunneling whatsoever. So I'm gonna roll this up so you can see how I take this. And this has been sitting for, I think, since yesterday when I produced this. So it has enough time if it would ever unwrap or it would ever tunnel. Typically, it shows over time. You can see that it lays flat on that tape, no problem, as long as you use the proper tapes for this, so that it will adhere on the airy grass liner here. So because there are specific tapes if you have to use it on an airy grass film. There's a different adhesion compared to normal cut graphic liners. And that is it for part 1 of my segment. And then stay tuned for part 2, where I'll be by a cargo van door to do a quick demo on a deep channel with SLX Plus. You will also see how these cut letters easily transfer and apply onto a vehicle surface. So while I am setting up, hopefully it's not too noisy, Mike Rana will have some additional things to share with you. So Mike, back to you.
Thank you, Louis. As Louis demonstrated, the ease of use with the Arlon SLX. So I touched on the ease of use with the Roland VG2 and VersaWorks along with the Arlon SLX. I refer to color matching and true color identity combined with Roland DG Color System Library. And again, you just heard from Louis at Arlon showing you the ease of use with the Arlon SLX for weeding and masking. So let's talk about a whole new level of color. By adding green and orange TR2 ink to the print process in the True Rich Color 2 profile, you are not just adding orange and green, ink for color matching orange and green. You now can reproduce specific oranges, reds, greens, purples, blues, and other challenging hues with the use of orange and green process colors, as well as matching specific target colors regarded as unreachable in the printing world in the past. And with VersaWorks 6 and the TrueViz TR2 inks, Roland also added 260 new spot color references in the Roland DG Color System Library. And with these capabilities, you can expect specific color results for creating bold, vivid graphics with high intensity color and accuracy for hitting specific Pantone or DSC colors. Again, previously difficult to match can now be easily achieved. Quick and accurate spot color reproduction for exact branding. Exceptional close-up quality detail for all applications and the ability to target specific brand colors with quick, accurate, and exact spot color reproductions. So for all these, with TR2 ink and Roland VG2, along with the Arlon SLX, it's great for applications with vehicle graphics, with colors to showcase your message with long-lasting results. Wall and window graphics, stunning finishes to residential, commercial applications such as retail walls and floors. Point of purchase displays. Advertise your product with a true bold meaning, and banners and other types of signage with color durability lasting up to 3 years outdoor durability with no lamination. And with the addition of orange and green, now fine art, reproduction, and photography. So with the Roland TR2 ink, its expanded color gamut, and the Roland TR2 orange and green, you can take your message to a whole new level. And now, back to Louis with Arlon to demonstrate the flexibility and more ease of use on the Arlon SLX.
All right, well, thank you so much, Mike, and welcome back, everyone. As you can see, this is a Ford Transit rear door where I will apply this printed SLX Plus, right here, I just have it hanging here, on the deep and curved parts of the channel of this door. And I printed this vibrant graphic with the same Roland TrueViz VG2 and laminated with their Series 3200 optically clear. And when you wrap with SLX Plus, the first thing you'll notice is that the effortless liner release and its superior repositionability. And once I place it where I want it, I'm going to see here, I'm going to apply this. So I'm just going to remove this line right here. It's pretty easy to remove. And I can just wave my hand there and see how easy to reposition that is to reposition. So I can tack it a little bit, but still be able to reposition it when I want. So I'm just going to tag it where I want it. Make sure I glass it. Right there. And right there. So yeah, if the screen is a bit small, go ahead and double click on my screen to make sure you maximize it and see what I'm doing here. Then the next I will do is to apply this with firm squeegee pressure and overlapping strokes. So what I have here is this white hard squeegee with a buffer, of course, to avoid any scratches. See that I'm applying on the outside, just like how would you do on a normal door. Go till I reach that area where I have that ridge for the channel. Now it's nice and tight. Then right in the middle, I'm going to squeegee it as well to make sure I'll create a 6-inch bridge, basically from that high spot to the low spot of the door right here. So 6 inches is about a width squeegee and a half if you use a normal squeegee right here. So what I want to do is just kind of like offset this curve into the center. So I'm not really particular on the technique that I want to show you really quick on how to apply this. But if you want to learn more about the techniques that I'll be using here, just one technique, is you can visit our website, of course, in rapidwrite.com as well. So now that is tight there. Just going to make sure that that line that I'm creating is nice and uniform. And then I'll sink this into the deep channel with a wrap glove heat gun, which I have here, and then finish that by post-heating. But instead of you just watching me do this, I will mute myself so you can hear my colleague, Mike Binder, share his thoughts about SLX Plus.
Thank you, Louis. Well, hello, everyone. I'm Mike Binder with Roland Graphics. So while Louis finishing up working that SLX Plus into that deep recess channel, I'd like to take a moment to encourage everyone to sign up for one of our SLX Plus live virtual application demos that we're hosting through our virtual Zoom platform. So these demos are approximately 45 minutes long and gives you the opportunity to engage with Louis and the rest of our technical experts live to learn the ins and outs of working with our new wrap film. Also, the cool thing is these demos are free of charge and comes with a complimentary toolkit for each person that signs up, as well as a $100 rebate on your first purchase of an SLX Plus kit following the event. So if you're interested, I actually dropped a couple links into the chat earlier, so you can scroll up, it's there, or you can just reach out to your local GSG sales rep or reach out to me directly and we'd be more than happy to email you that information. In addition, I'd invite each of you to visit our rapidwrite.com website to explore our ever-growing video library to help you learn and master new skills. We actually feature a how-to video on applying vinyl into a deep channel, which happens to be the single most common challenge an applicator's faced with today when wrapping a commercial vehicle. So in the video, we demonstrate the proper technique of installing vinyl into a deep channel, as well as stressing the importance of post-heating. So as you can see, Louis there, he's heating the vinyl up to 150 degrees to relax the film, at which point he starts to work back and forth to sink it into the channel, which is meant to shift the tension away from the channel just a few inches up. Louis then follows that up by properly post-heating the vinyl using a combination of heat and pressure to lock the film in place. So lastly, before I turn it back over to Louis, I just wanted to quickly run through the added benefits of SLX Plus and why it's truly a performance evolution. What we've done is we've actually added 3 key features to the SLX Plus without sacrificing the properties of the original SLX cast wrap that's been around for 4 years now that people loved, to make it truly a complete all-in-one wrap film. The first feature is that the SLX Plus has a more moderate tack adhesive than SLX cast wrap, allowing for the widest application temperature range, ensuring the easiest installation in both hot and cold temperatures. The second feature with SLX Plus, as Louis demonstrated earlier, you can actually achieve fast and accurate weeding of letters up to 2 inches unassisted. And last but not least, SLX Plus can adhere to and is warranted to be used for more challenging surfaces like stainless steel and polished aluminum. So as a result, SLX Plus is the new all-season print-to-cut multi-surface vehicle wrap film. So give Louis a second there, and as soon as he's ready, I'm going to turn it right back over to him to wrap up his segment. So you can see he's just heating that deep channel using a function of temperature and pressure.
All right. Well, thanks so much,
Okay,
guys.
Lou.
I think you can hear me
My
okay,
pleasure.
right?
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect.
Thank you, Louis.
So what I'm going to do here is just going to zoom you in real quick so you can see some the corner that I was working in. So let me zoom you in right there. Hopefully you can, maybe we can zoom in a little bit more. Oops. There you go. So you can see this corner right here at the deepest part because it has multiple directions. It's a really tight turn right there. The inks are intact. You can see that the red pretty close to the orange. And then the green part as well. It's very uniform and no discoloration. So with a great combination of premium wrap like SLX Plus, the flexible TR2 ink with True Viz, and the proper technique that you probably see me working here earlier, you can guarantee that your deep channel and application will be durable and true to color. So let me zoom you back out. Right there. So with the deep channel portion finished, I will move on into the second part of my segment, which I will be doing some transfer application of a print cut graphic that you saw me working earlier that's already masked as well. So let me just grab that real quick. So right here, I have it masked, and you can see that even though it is nice and flat on the liner there, you can see that the liner still comes off very easy. You can see right here, pretty much effortless right there. And then I'll just put it, kind of just place it lightly where I want it to be. I mean, this will be good enough right here. And then I will just apply this with my squeegee. I'm going to use my buffered edge first so that I will put some light pressure in it. And I don't have to put really high pressure right away. Just want to make sure that it's properly placed. So I'll do that. At the same time, holding on to that film. So make sure you have overlapping squeegee strokes. I'm just using really light pressure right here. Because you want to watch as well the tension, especially if you have an area like this. Even though it looks flat in the camera, it actually has a little bit of a curve. So I want to watch that. I don't want to just pull the whole tape all at once. And then now I'm about to reach that bottom part. Let's hold that off. So really light pressure, kind of reading any wrinkles that might form. So once I have that set up there, I want to make sure that I put the proper amount of pressure in it. So I'm going to switch to the hard part of my squeegee, which is the one without the buffer. And if you're applying yourself, or if you've done any of these kinds of application, the indication that you have put proper pressure is the color of the graphic, because the tape will show you. It's going to be a lot clearer when you put a lot more pressure to it. I don't know if you can see it there, but on my end, I can actually see it really clear. So I'm applying in any directions, pretty much almost violating a lot of application tips that I give. But here's just one way to show you that it's really easy to apply. I'm even using my left hand here. I'm writing. So now it's all applied there. I want to make sure I didn't miss a spot. Go cross over the other direction. Right here. All right, that looks nice and intact. And then what I will do is just reveal this. So for you to remove the tape, you probably know this already, is you want to fold the tape 180 degrees on itself. And you don't want to pull it like this at 90 degrees. You want to pull it against itself and at a diagonal angle is what I'm doing right here. So that's the reveal right there. And you can see that just after seconds of me applying this, so what I was actually using is Air Mask tape 510U. I think it's about medium to high tack. So you can see that SLX Plus has enough adhesion for it to stay down on the vehicle and not come up with the tape. And as always, you want to finish your application by post-heating. And my preferred way is to use a heat gun and a roller combo, just these two right here, especially with text. And why is that the case? Because the squeegee tends to catch an edge just in case you miss a spot. and you don't want to run that risk. So to do that, I'm not going to post heat the whole thing, but just to show you how what I'm going to do is just use a heat gun right here ahead of the roller, then just roll it like that. So that's just one way to show that as well. You can do any other direction as long all the edges would be nice and secure. And pretty much that is the end of all our segments and showcasing the performance of SLX Plus and Roland's TrueViz VG2 series printer cutter. And now let's do some live Q&A with Kenny and Mike.
So Louis, question for you in the chat. What type of transfer tape were you using during your demonstration?
Oh yeah, thanks so much for that question. So the tape that I was using, as I mentioned earlier, is Transferite Air Mask 510U. It's one of those few tapes that are specifically designed for air egress films because SLX Plus has air egress. And once you have a pattern on the liner, the tape has to have a specific kind of adhesive so that it would work better on air egress films. And you want to make sure that you have that keyword there. But if you have already a tape that you've been working with any air egress films, you might want to try that out and then just see how it works for you. So I'm not going to limit it to just that tape. Definitely test it on your own as well.
Thank you, Louis.
Yes, thanks, guys. Hey, Mike Leno, we got a question for you on Roland. Where'd he go? Coming back?
I'm right here, Kenny.
Yeah, so Ben was asking, you know, how has Roland been addressing Pantones and gradients with the new VG2 in terms of color and all that? So could you address that question?
Sure, we can. Well, again, with the addition of the orange and green ink and the TR2 Pro or the True Rich Color 2 profile in our spot color chart that we have all these amazing new colors. And within that color chart, what we have noticed and what we have seen, and a lot of people out there who actually go through the testing of Pantone and spot color matching, they're able to produce approximately 94% of spot color, or excuse me, Pantone colors out there. So in short, to answer your question, as far as Pantone matching is concerned, with the Roland TrueViz VG2 and the TR2 ink with the True Rich Color 2 profile, we can hit about 94% of the Pantone colors out there.
Awesome.
Hope that answered your question, man.
All right, that wraps up everything. Michael and I will stay in here a little bit longer if anyone has any more questions. Thanks, Louis and Mr. Renna, for your job. Oh, we got one more question here.
Thank you for help. Thank you for having us.
So Jessica's asking a question, Mike, about
yes.
She wants to do race car wraps.
Okay.
In fluorescent colors. Want to know if there ever be a printer that might be able to do that. I will say that based on the image that was printed there that Louis installed, I mean, that's not fluorescent per se, but it is very vivid and bright with the orange and green. So I guess go into a little bit further about any kind of fluorescent opportunities in the future or what might be there for that.
Well, right now, again, when we released the TR2 ink along with the True Rich Color 2 profile, what we have noticed, a lot of those motorcycle graphics out there, the oranges, the greens, the reds, we're able to actually come really close to more of a fluorescent color. So I'm not sure if, was it Jessica was the name?
Yes.
Jessica was the name. So I'm not sure if Jessica, what I would recommend is maybe taking a print file to GSG Graphic Solutions Group and asking them to kind of say, hey, can you try to match this color for me? And you'll actually be surprised at what you'll see from the VG2 as far as getting very close to the fluorescence that you're looking, or the fluorescent you're looking for.
And again, the image I was referring to is the image right there behind Louis right now that he installed. Yeah. You can see it's very bright. It's it's not 100% fluorescent, but with the orange and the green inks, it does help get very bright.
It really gets close to the fluorescent look that users are looking for.
Conclude this session. Thank you, Louis, Mike, and Michael for joining us today. Again, I'm Kenny with GSG, and we've got Michael and Louis from Roland and Mike Renna from Roland. Thanks, everyone.